The other day, I was using one of the lobes of my brain to think about watching YouTube and what it really means to like consume content. Like, there's all this hate around consuming YouTube content. Like, oh, you got to stop wasting your time. But it's kind of like an infinite knowledge ladder, all the way up to, well, nothing. There's just like more and more and more to learn. You'll never run out of things to learn because it's just the world is just too complicated. You couldn't learn everything if you just tried. But why do we like bash on YouTube content so much? Because it's like lower down on our perceived knowledge ladder. And I know that's kind of abstract imagery, but if you think about it, like what's happening to me right now is I'm getting to a point in this channel and my like career prospects in business where I'm now climbing bigger knowledge ladders. Like I'm reading documentation and reading a lot of like books about how the world is structured, and like I've finally figured out focus and discipline. So I'm like doing things I want to do for the most part, working on projects. And it's like, that seems like such a golden goal, you know, when you're watching YouTube. You're like, oh, I just need to get down to it and study and do things. But it's kind of just like the same thing at like a slightly higher level. And the problem I'm facing right now, I'll just tell you what's going on career-wise for me. So I have the choice to kind of go back to school next semester and try to settle down and do everything normally and like just try to live out school. And I also have the option to go to Silicon Valley and basically start doing stuff. My main, like, it's not a startup idea, but it's like my career prospect. I could go work at any of the companies. I know people that could get me into any of them. And any of the exciting startups. I don't know about FAANG companies, but I'm sure I could find a way into any of them too. It's just, so I could do that. I could live in Silicon Valley working at a company like that, learning from like the best engineers. Or the other option is to use this channel because it's actually an extremely valuable asset. I'm not sure if you realize, but you watching this, of one of the maybe 5,000 to 6,000 people, assuming this video doesn't randomly blow up, which would be really annoying. I'm going to make it like super anti-algorithm and like spam political hashtags so it gets bogged down because I don't want a lot of people to see this. You are one of like a few elite kind of really interested, obsessive, autistic type of people that are really valuable to the world because you make a lot of things go around by being obsessed with Vim or something like that. And people in Silicon Valley and just people in charge of making things happen like really are interested in my audience because I've like curated such like an obsessively interested audience. So what I'm thinking of doing, and my friend who's way more technically brilliant than I am, is creating some kind of knowledge exchange platform using this community, and it would be kind of invite only, like very elite, and it would allow us to trade around our skills and knowledge. And I could trade, you know, my Vim skills, and like someone is like really good at Kubernetes and like I need a Kubernetes question, and like so I go to them and they help me out with Kubernetes, and then like I get to know it, and then I pay them some of our whatever, we have like a made up central currency. I pay them 5 coins, then they could use those coins to pay me back and like learn, like could say like check out my Vim config, and I'd be like, okay, I'll help you out with your workflow or whatever. And all the people that have like different technical expertise could kind of trade skills around. And I had a lot of doubts about this. I thought a lot of things could go wrong with it, but we would have to keep it like non-monetary, and it would have to be only people with like valuable knowledge can buy this. That way you wouldn't be wasting your time with people who are like career grinders who just like review my React website, bro. I'm trying to get a job, bro. Like I couldn't deal with people like that. So that's why the coin incentive system. And there's probably stuff I'm not seeing with that and a bunch of economic theory things to consider. And like, how would we start this initially? It would be some kind of weird thing with, I don't know, we'd have to initially mint some coins, or it wouldn't be on blockchain. It would be just like Postgres traditional, but we'd have to like give everyone some coins and then let this economy stabilize. And there would inevitably be some people that are like just kind of annoying and doing it for the money. And another thing I could do in there, and this, I was gonna keep it secret, but this is like literally an open source person now. So the other The other thing was I have all these career connections, and there are a lot of you who are like technically brilliant, but didn't like aggressively socialize like I did and create a YouTube channel. But that doesn't mean you don't deserve to have like a network. And you're technically brilliant enough. You should be working at some company doing something cool if you want to. So that's another thing I could trade. Two people that I consider like. Okay, here's the thing. I'm basically like able to become a recruiter now because I know enough people at enough startups that are interested in all of you as hiring prospects that I could find like jobs for people in exchange for like small bonuses. And I hate to even say this because when you do anything like that, there's absolutely blood in the water and everyone's like, oh, career, a job. And yeah, it's unfortunate because now that that's out there, it's like, I'm definitely gonna have to deal with some of the implications of it. And if you're like at all aggressively asking me for a job, I'm not inclined to extend any favors at all. It's like, this has gotta be for people that value knowledge more than money. And the job is really about doing something cool for the world and getting to talk to senior engineers who are smart. But that's my other thing. Like, do I move to Silicon Valley and immerse myself in like people that think in similar ways, or at least think they think in similar ways, or maybe I think think in similar ways to them? I don't know. Like, it's like basically just a massive mosh pit of like people who have similar autistic perceptions of the world and are like control addicts. Or do I stay where I am? And honestly, like, it's getting really hard to stay where I am because now that I know this life, that world is out there of people that are like constantly like working and like looking for the next big world changing business opportunity. It's like, I can't just sit there and go to bars and do normal college things. It's like agonizing to know that there's like so many bigger things going on that I'm just like trying to force myself to live a normal college life. But I also know from talking to like experienced people who have been in the Valley and just in general, like the music of Cat Stevens, that you got to be careful at this age, like, because my life is amazing, you know, like I have really good friends and family here, and it's like I live in one of the nicest parts of the US, I think, and I have like free education, and it's like, do I need to keep chasing more and more and more and more? Like, my life is already just so much better than well, I don't know if the average, like, I can be extremely happy in any scenario. It's like just the call of more. It's hard to know when to stop, like searching for more and just like beating life into what you want it to be. And it's weird because you always have like some level of control. But back to the like watching YouTube videos, that's like how it all started, you know, like for a lot of us, I think just being very inquisitive people. And the reason YouTube over TikTok is kind of like all random noise, and YouTube is more, it's bad, it's not as good as physical books, but it's kind of like this generation's equivalent of physical books. We're like the nerds reading a lot, you know, it's just YouTube is our equivalent form of that. And you can never be satiated for knowledge. I don't want to claim that because I don't know. It's like it seems like there's always more to know out there, and if you're someone like us who's kind of wants to always be doing more and improving things and knowing more, it's like, why should I take the next step and like go to Silicon Valley and start interacting with all the similar people? Like, it's a road that's like endless, and like it doesn't really matter how far along on it you are. You know, like it would be awesome to pay off my parents' mortgage, but to be honest, like I could just end up working at any software company and like slowly paying it off, and like there's nothing that could really make my life like all that much better. I don't actually know that. Maybe there's amazing things waiting for me in the Valley, but it's like, as much as I logically know that, like every fiber of my being is like, yeah, but go do it. And I don't know. It's tough. It's just like, ignorance is totally bliss, because now I find it so hard to interact with people that do like normal things. Like, I can't enjoy video games, I can't enjoy TV, I just can't really enjoy hanging out with people who aren't like me anymore, which is like the ultimate like narcissistic bad place to be. And I don't know if like going and finding those people would make it, well, it's weird. It's not that I can't bear it. Like, I'm completely fine with it and I'm happy with it. It's just like it's like a little bit isolating to be someone who's like reading all the time and like really excited about all these new ideas, and I only want to create and I only want to work, and everyone else just wants like random leisure, and like they're like still kind of in the YouTube video watching phase, and it's like an endless ladder to climb. But yeah, I don't know. It's a tough debate that I'll mostly be decided by logistics of what job I can get or could get there, and I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. And now that I've extended like the line of I could potentially get other people jobs, it's like quite hard to retract. So it's almost like I've made the decision already by saying that this is what I'm going to do. And another thing is, I find it really interesting. All the people I know from Silicon Valley and all the people that are like me but further down the line in ambition and money and like stuff are like, it's the best decision I ever made. You'll never go back. It's more. And the other people are all like, nah, I like my nice humble life. But it's like the people that like their nice humble life maybe never had the position to go and like try to start their own company and do big things and move big amounts of money around. It's like, it almost seems like everyone offered the opportunity to do more does more. It seems rare. I haven't really ran into someone who's like so stoic that they're like, no, I like the life I have. It seems to me it's like they don't have the opportunity and that's why they're not doing it, which is not true across the board. I do know some like really smart people who kind of did the thing I did. It actually, like older adults, like beyond 20, like 30 to 40 are like, it's actually not good to run around and indulge in knowledge and pleasure infinitely. And they kind of settle down, but it's like, as much as I know that, and as much as all the wise people in my life have told me that, it's almost like I have to do it in myself in order to see. And I think that's like, this is like kind of the tragic curse of like the new generation of like young people who are like ambitious, is like, you can, as much as you can look at like all that reasoning that it's like, it's an infinite ladder, it's all the same, like why bother going up, like you'll be happy at any tier of the ladder. It's like, well, I still really want to climb the ladder. And like, as much as I know that it won't really get me any farther, it's like I have to climb it, you know, because I'm 20 and they're not like, I don't know. It's just like part of it feels almost baked into my psyche to want to go to Silicon Valley and climb the ladder, even though it's not where happiness like ultimately is. It's just like, it's what I enjoy right now. And I don't know, maybe it's just the nature of being 20 and wanting to do stuff. But yeah, it's like Vermont has just become too small for me in a way. And I know that's not even true. I know I could like find infinite complexity and enjoyment in anything, but like the cutting edge of technology and all the connections and money are like very tempting. But yeah, that's about it for this one. What am I even going to title it? Is YouTube really as bad as, or maybe an update in this channel? I don't know. Whatever won't pop off. It's crazy to be building a channel now that's like selective. And I have to realize this more and more. I actually don't want more people. The fewer people, the better. And like the dedicated, smart people, you're actually, if you are part of like the group of people that's like very small and dedicated, I really need your help to work on a forum where we can exchange knowledge and to kind of prevent, like to be almost a comb to prevent like normies from, I don't even hate on normies, just like people that are kind of early on in their career and are just like really focused on the money and don't want to exchange knowledge. Like if you could help filter those people out by just like being really technically pretentious, and like that's one of the reasons why I didn't want Discord. I wanted something like XMPP that requires like a bit of technical knowledge. That's a bit of a sieve, but I think it needs to be more of a sieve, because if people know that there are jobs to be had, like it takes a certain level of maturity and like a certain amount of security. Like you need to have already been offered jobs to kind of not care so much about the money anymore. And there are a lot of people that are still in that frenzied money wanting phase, and that's okay, because you really can't get past that mindset until you realize that you are in fact like very valuable to our economy. And if you're still in that phase, if you're someone who still like really needs jobs, that's totally okay. Just don't make it like, don't be aggressive and annoying about it, you know? Just like relax a little bit. And this is kind of what I'm actually going back to saying about like, I think it's fine to climb this ladder. You just got to think carefully and not try to like disrupt too much around you. If you like are really in need of a software career, that can happen, but just like don't be aggressive about it. Just be like nice and civil about it and focus on knowledge, because that's long term what you'll grow to value more than money. Because knowledge is power in an unreal. That saying is extremely true. And yeah, the other slight unfortunate thing about this is like, because of the psych ward scenario, like I'm worried a lot of my friends and family just think I'm kind of insane now, and I'm not insane. I'm just like very ambitious. But if I went to Silicon Valley, there would be no one to kind of check that ambition, which is maybe not the best, but I believe in myself enough to check it myself. It's like I'm just getting to the point where my ambition is kind of like crashing on the roof of where I live. And I think just for the people around me, it would probably be better if I just went to where there are a bunch of similar autistic people that are control freaks and analyze I don't know. I'm not really sure, to be honest. That's why I'm posting this video, to see what the smart people say. But don't let your biases of like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's such a complicated world. I do want to know what you think, though, and please help keep career grinding normies at bay. That's what will be required of getting a lot of you into cool new startups and stuff. Yeah, I'll see you next time.